Hello humans, this is Random Guy and welcome to the Random Channel. Today we're going to be reviewing another anime. This time I have Kaze no Stigma. I don't remember the English name, not even gonna look it up, but it's called Kaze no Stigma. It's an old show. A friend of mine recommended it to me. So I decided to watch it because he was saying it was pretty good. And considering the type of shows he watches generally, so I was like, okay, it might be good considering, as I said, what he tends to watch. So I checked it out, and here's the pros and cons of the show. Let's start with the pros. So the main character is good looking, right? And the main character is fairly strong. The main character is, like, you could say, like an emo. Sorry, not emo. Maybe not as far as that. He's more like a playboy version of Light Yagami. He looks kind of like Light Yagami, not as good looking as Light Yagami. Light Yagami was just too good looking, but he's certainly in that area. He looks like that. He's certainly more of a playboy sort of thing going for him. Also, the main character is pedophile. That's something I would like to mention. The main character is a pedophile. That is something I'm going to touch later on. You know what? Should I touch it right now? Maybe later. Maybe later I'm gonna explain why I'm saying the main character is pedophile. Is a pedophile. I mean, as far as I know, I can't say for confirmation, but I certainly do believe so. The main character is a pedophile. I didn't fact check. So the main character is fairly strong. That's something I certainly appreciate. He's not super strong. He's not like overpowered strong, but he's certainly very strong. And sometimes I feel like he is even stronger than he shows in the show. I think he's capable of being like even more superior than what he tends to show off. But many a times he just like holds back over like stupid reasons of like emotional and all that shit. So that's something that I can't really appreciate. The main character has a backstory, nice backstory with like rejection from family and like a more of a tragic childhood. Even like his father and mother would like reject him because he was not strong. I mean, his family primarily was like fire magic users, and he could not use fire magic and all that sort of stuff. So he was like the black horse of the family, and he was just treated like that. Even later, his family just denied him flat out and just like threw him out of the house and shit. So yeah, things like these, he just sort of like held a grudge regarding these things. Other than that, we have there's no long flashbacks. I mean, there are flashbacks in the show where they show the past and what all happened, but they keep it concise. They make sure that the flashbacks don't last too long. Because some of the shows like that one show, what was the Twin Star Exorcist, that fucking show just had like a million fucking flashbacks and long ass flashbacks. They could literally show you the same flashback within the five minutes of the same episode. It's so fucking ridiculous with the flashbacks. In this show, there's like flashbacks, but they just show very few snippets of it. Most flashbacks last for like 30 seconds, and they are all unique. And they all have good like story points to them, which certainly is appreciated. I don't want to see a huge ass flashback. Neither do I want to just not know what happened in the past or something. I don't know why the main character is always after this one chick that's supposedly the main chick of the show. This girl called something McDonald or something. Her name is literally McDonald. I mean, her surname is McDonald, and she's like she comes from America, and she challenges the main chick regarding something or the other, and she's a love rival to the main chick, and she is so fucking good looking. Honestly, that's something in the show that you know what, I'm gonna discuss that later, but I'm just gonna say that this is one chick which is the rival to the main chick in like a love rival, and she is pretty damn good looking. I think she's the best looking chick in the show. Maybe not the best, like maybe the second best chick in the show, second best looking chick. The plot is decent and the action is nice. There's some good action scenes on the show with like all sorts of. The main character becomes a wind user, by the way. He uses wind magic, and he uses it pretty damn cool in a cool manner, and like he's fairly strong with it. So that sort of thing that I certainly appreciate. The main character is said to be OP. I've seen people discuss this on the main online forums that he is supposedly OP as shit, but he doesn't use his powers to their maximum extent. A lot of the time, I do see him holding back, even when he is, angry or something like that. That's one of the main cons of the show, is that the main character restricts his power too much due to all sorts of emo and weird ass, no basis ass reasons. I don't understand why. Main character doesn't use his power to kill all that much. I mean, he does kill very rarely, but it's not like he kills even when there is a need to kill someone. Like literally someone comes up to you, tries to stab you for some bullshit reason that they have again and again, and is trying to kill you by killing a lot of other people, like trying to get to you and this and that. And the main character just won't kill them. It just won't kill them. They could die later on anyway, but the main character just won't kill them. It's just so fucking ridiculous. It goes into that category of the main character saying, "I'm not gonna kill anyone because killing is wrong," or some bullshit like that. The second thing is that the main heroine, the main chick of the show, is not appealing in any way, shape, or form. She's obnoxious. She's childlike. Just like, and by the way, she's not even just childlike in forms of like her behavior. Her behavior is childlike. Her body is childlike. She got anger issues. She's cocky. She's not cute. She's not pretty. She talks like a dude half the time, and is not even the tomboy fetish. Like even if she was like a proper tomboy, at least I could have gone like, oh shit, she's a tomboy. That's pretty hard. But she's not even that. She's nothing, honestly. Her love rival McDonald that I talked about is like. Is much more beautiful than her, is much more understanding than her. She's not dense, she's cute, and she's rich, and she's intelligent, and this chick, and she's not as obnoxious. Even though she's the rich chick, she should be more obnoxious than this bitch, and she does the weird ass weird ass laugh. The fucking girls put the hand over their mouth and laugh like a fucking retard. She does that laugh, McDonald, and even then she's less obnoxious than this bitch. There's like so many fucking chicks on the show, and there's none that are like more, annoying than this girl, the main chick. Like there's like so many chicks come up on the show, young chicks, the around the age of the main chick, and there's some like older MILFs and around the age of the main character, older than the main character, and all of them are banging fucking hot and just like good looking in every way, shape, or form, and certainly are interesting. But despite all of that, the main character is so fucking after the main chick just because of plot. Like honestly, there's one chick that is like the main character's former lover, who's like shown for like, she's a 20 minute screen time, I would say, in like the entire fucking show. I don't think even that, like 10 or 15 minute her screen time is in like all of the 24 episodes that the show has, and despite all of that, she is more likable than the main chick. It's like, what type of fuck shit? There's just so many fucking chicks that are both superior in personality wise and body wise, and the main character is just after this one chick. There's 100% possibility for a harem, and they ruin all of it simply because they wanted to push some bullshit narrative in our fucking face. I don't even know what the narrative was that they were trying to push in our face. Like there was no reason for the main character to be interested in this chick specifically, the main chick, and they just went for it. This is so fucking ridiculous. Honestly, I'm kind of happy that the show doesn't have sexual stuff in it, considering I'm sure the main character would not be doing anything sexual with any other character other than the main chick, and they're just going to add something that I certainly don't want to see. Honestly, if you were to pick up another chick, I would have 100% okay with that. Like there's so many of them, and they're all for you, and they like you, and despite all of that, you just can't. You just always back out of shit. I fucking hate that shit. And another thing is that certainly I didn't like about the show is that the main character hates his father and he hates his clan because they, kicked him out when he was younger. Um, and as the show moves forward, his anger and his hatred just like kind of gets muddled up. It's like it doesn't even exist. Like at the start of the show, the main character is like, fuck my fucking clan and fuck my father and I fucking hate him and I would kill him if he gets in my way. And he even like goes and fights him and bodies him at some point. But like he just won't. He just won't, his anger just goes away. He just like, okay, yeah, whatever, fuck my anger, fuck all my hatred that I've accumulated over the years because, no reason, no fucking reason. That's the even worst part about the show is that you would think they would give at least some bullshit reason for him becoming, again trying to warm up to his family. There's no reason, absolutely no reason they give you, and there's not even any implied reason. They're just like, okay, yeah, whatever, I just now feel like helping my family because they're family after all. I guess that could be a reason, but other than that, there's nothing in the show that is given to you regarding as like a form of reason for your action as your anger suddenly vanishes into thin air. Another thing is that the main character's clan went for like power all over the others. That's sort of the motto the main character's clan has, that anyone who has strength is better than others. So only the strong speaks. That the fucking Darwinistic society that the clan had. And the main character becomes so fucking strong and starts helping out his clan later on in the show. So it basically he becomes what his father wanted him to become, and something that he despised in his early years, which is ridiculous. Like how fucking bad he can be. Like how fucking bad can you make a situation? Like he already, his anger is diminishing towards his family. Now he became something that he was initially kicked out of his family for. How fucking ridiculous can you get, honestly? There was no, I've never really seen any romantic romantic connection between the main and the heroine. I mean, they tried to push it, but just doesn't show it off. Like at first I thought I can see it, the romantic connection between the main and the heroine is because of old animation. But as I watched the show, it looked more like a older brother fucking around with his younger sister, just pissing her off, like taunting her and shit. It looked more like that rather than anything other than that. It was more of like this chick right here, she's precious to me. That's something a brother would say as well, which is they never really confirmed all the way through the show. Even after the episode ended, he was never like, I love you as a man and I would like to fuck you and have some babies with you or something like that. Nothing like that was ever put in forward. And the reason why I was calling the main character kind of a pedophile is because the main character is like in his 20s, and the chick looks like she's like in high school. I think she's like 15, 16 or something like that, 15, 16. Even the McDonald's chick that come from outside, she's also like 15, 16. So not that there's a problem with that, because obviously the main character and the chick exist in a fantasy land that doesn't exist in reality, so no one's getting hurt. I don't have a problem with that, don't mind me. I'm all about the lolly life. I'm a lolicon myself. I go for like 8 and 9-year-old chicks in these shows. So believe me, I am completely fine with that. I'm just fucking with the crowd. That's all I'm doing. Don't take my word seriously as me calling out the main character, has such moral degeneracy. Nothing like that. I'm not someone on a higher moral ground. Morality is subjective anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Other than that, what we have, there's stupid anime tropes about like, oh, how could you touch another girl and like slap him and use his powers and just zoom out and this screaming of one character or some bullshit like that. One of the ending battles of the show, I'm not gonna say what the ending battle is, but it's against someone who's like extremely powerful, but just ends like abruptly, just like, okay, That's how the battle ended, and then the show sees the show just ends in after the battle, a little while after the battle. So it's just so fucking ridiculous. Like, could you do a better job setting the fucking thing up? Could you like make me understand how the battle even worked? So yeah, the ending battle was just retarded, honestly. Um, I don't think I want a second season. I doubt there's any need for a second season even. I think the show just has ended. It would just end up like Sword Art Online, where after the first season they were just pushing it for more and more content and more, milking the franchise. The fucking same thing. They're even still going. I still believe like there's a movie coming out, and there's recently a weird ass fucking chibi season came out as well, and they have plans for making even further more shit for the fucking show. But yeah, that's that. Honestly, other than that, what we have is I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. I like the show and I would recommend it, but I would only recommend it to some people because the animation is old. Honestly, when I fucking picked up the show, I was like, man, this is some old ass animation, like 2005 animation or something. I don't know if I will be able to watch it, considering it's not my cup of tea. But certainly I was like, you know what, let's watch it. And it was certainly interesting, and as I said, I liked it. It was okay. I mean, if you don't have a problem with old animation, then I think this show is perfect for you. The show would be pretty good. So in this fucking category of like action, supernatural, and romance, I guess I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. That's all about I can give it. The show in itself, with the relationships with other women, the show fails drastically, and there's so much opportunity for Hiram and introducing other chicks as like proper individuals in his life, but just doesn't go that way because the show feels hard in that aspect. The only reason I'm not giving it a 5 is because the main character is so fucking badass with his fighting and everything, that I think the show deserves at least a 6.5 or like a 6 or 6.5. I'm not sure what I should be giving it. So yeah, I'll give it, actually I'll give it a 6. Not worthy of 6.5. I'll just give it a 6 out of 10. So there's that. Thank you so much for watching. The link in the description to my Twitter account. Go follow me there. And there's also a description to my Dtube account. You can go check that shit out, where I play hentai games. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.